Hey folks, this is Kim from Daily Woodworking. Welcome back. Gonna get to do something today that I've wanted to do for a very long time, which is to start working on our road that leads up to our driveway. I've done a little bit with the bucket, dumping some few buckets of gravel into the worst part of the road, and we've bought a land plane, or as Titan Implements calls it, a dual edge grader. So our road from us down is about 2/10 of a mile down to the highway, and it's somewhere between a 6 and 8% pitch, I believe. Don't hold me to that. I've used an app on my phone to try to figure that one out. Obviously the apps are smarter than I am. So what we're looking at down here, right now it's like 82 degrees out here, extremely high humidity. It rained last night. We got somewhere between an inch, 2 inches, maybe a little bit more of rain, so it actually makes it perfect for grading. Shouldn't be a lot of dust, but it should loosen up the compaction a little bit. So I don't know if you can see the road behind me. The road used to be crowned in the center. Now it's more like a W. The two edges are high. The center is high. Where everybody has traveled, it's compacted down. So I want to try to keep the crown. We also have water bars going across it. One of our neighbors started putting water bars in, trying to save as much of the road as possible, and it's worked. I believe it's actually helped keep a lot of the gravel on the road, but it's problematic when you travel on it. Some of them are a little too deep, but it also keeps the traffic coming and going at a slower rate. But anyways, we're going to try to use this land plane. This is actually my first time using it. I did a little bit in my own driveway just to see how it worked out. I think I've got it somewhat figured out. But if you look at the land plane, these edges that are going across, it would appear to me, because this edge over here is lead, that it will pull everything across there to that edge, and I could be wrong. It could be just at a sheer angle to help. I don't know. So if somebody does know, please put it in the comments. Again, this is the first time using it, so I know I'm going to learn a lot and I'm going to make mistakes. If you can see, I've got the scarifiers up. I think there's too many big rocks in our road to actually have the scarifiers down, at least for the first passes. And again, I'm just trying to level out the road, but like I said earlier, don't know what I'm doing, so we're going to figure it out as we go. And I obviously don't know what I'm doing with my camera either. So right now the scarifiers are up. We're going to use the two edges that are down here on the running across. This whole unit weighs 490 pounds. It's a 5-foot land plane, so hopefully it turns out to be worth it. But it can't be worse than what we're doing right now. graded up and down the road twice. I'm happy with the results, and they'll only get better as I get better. I still have some areas that need to be filled in, but for the most part we've taken the W back out of the road, put the crown back in the center, even though it's not much of one right now. A few more times doing this and it'll get better, but it's far better than it was. And like I said, as I get better, the grading will get better. Man, get attacked out here by horse flies. This is the upper part of the road. Up at the top of that little knoll right there is where our driveway splits off to the left. And this is the big corner where we always have problems. And I think part of the problem is if I back up here far enough. You can see it coming down the driveway. It goes like this, and then, or actually like this, and then suddenly switches this way. And unless we can get the water into the ditch over here on the right hand side, we always have problems with it washing towards the left. And that's just, I think, a case of just of what the road is. Not sure how to fix that, so if somebody's got some ideas, let me know in the comments. Thanks.